Welcome to episode 16 of the Cosmere Reads.
Man,
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo!
16.
What's up?
Ooh.
16. That's a
Man.
special number.
Oh, we
And
can drive now.
in Rapho. So continue on. That's all. So announcements. I don't got any. Oh yeah, I do have announcements. So next weekend we're going to be doing Watt of Fortune. So back again with the final playoff round for Watt of Fortune's Wheel of Time themed Wheel of Fortune. So if you guys, I'll be on Saturday. No, Friday night. Sorry,
Okay.
I don't even know what day it is. It's Friday night. Yeah, because Saturday is Allie and Gus's live stream to support the WGA and screenwriter.
Nice.
And the rest.
Yes.
They're doing a charity live stream. The Wheel Takes is on Saturday.
Love it.
So go check that out. That's on the Wheel Takes is YouTube. But Friday night we're going to be doing Watt of Fortune, and Allie from the Wheel Takes will be on that show. So
Cool.
anyway, that's why we had to move things around.
Kudos for supporting the WGA, man. Love it. Love it.
Yeah,
Yes.
good times. Yeah. So we have no patrons this week. No new patrons. So this episode is brought to you by NordVPN. Yeah, go check it out. There's links on the website to get the affiliate link where you can get really cheap VPNs. I can't stress enough how awesome VPNs are. So I will link it in the description as well for the podcast, and I'll add it to this stream as well later. But yeah, go check it out. I know a few people have already done it already. It's a cheap deal, like really cheap.
It's a great deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what? Like $3 a month or $3 and change a month for a VPN.
It's ridiculously cheap.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
it's NordVPN, so they're
Yeah.
a really good one. So go check it out.
Yes.
No giveaways going on right now, but there are some coming. So
Cool.
that's that. And we have a guest. So yeah, without further ado, you might see another maybe familiar, maybe not, but guest with us, Alex from A Hero's Journey podcast. Alex, do you want to tell us all about your podcast? I've been on it before. I love you guys, but tell us about how you're an expert in all things fantasy and how awesome you are.
Yeah, sure.
Plug away.
My video might be delayed just because, unfortunately, I'm traveling and the Wi-Fi is not the greatest here. But from what I heard, the audio is working. So I'm Alex from A Hero's Journey podcast. Me and three of my friends from undergrad all get together about once a week. Well, we were doing very consistent once a week and talk about a fantasy book through the lens of the monomyth. So that's Joseph Campbell's monomyth right up behind me. We take a different fantasy book and go through how it hits or misses steps on the hero's journey in kind of a debate format. It's a lot of fun for us. We've done all of Mistborn, Elantris, Warbreaker, about half of the Wheel of Time at this point, and a bunch of other fantasy books. So it's a good time.
Where'd you first get into Joseph Campbell and all that stuff? I'm just curious because I've read a couple of his works.
So I've only read The Hero of the Thousand Faces. I started looking into it when I was like reading about Lord of the Rings, not just like reading Lord of the Rings, and how Frodo is like a stereotypical. When I think of the hero's journey, I think of Frodo's journey. So that's what got me into it, and then I thought about applying it to other fantasy books.
Yeah. Love it, man. I'm gonna have to check you guys out. Sounds really interesting.
Now I'm going to ask a different question, which is, I mean, of course, everyone, or I say everyone, like everyone everywhere has heard about the hero's journey. Not everybody has, but I mean, it is so typical of an indicative good storytelling mechanism. Do you feel like those, I mean, well, actually, let me back up a second. Mm-hmm. If you take books that have not aligned with the hero's journey, have you found some that even though they don't align are still great stories because of the departure from the typical hero's journey?
Oh, definitely. There are a bunch of books that we find like either don't hit or hit just a couple points that are still, great books.
Yeah.
Let's see if I can pull up an example real quick.
Let me get my pen out for this.
Sorry, I have to like pull up our spreadsheet to see.
No, it's okay. I love spreadsheets.
I'm sorry, I'm asking like a difficult question. It's making you do research, but
Well, the fact that you've got a spreadsheet really locks me in.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, we had to keep a spreadsheet just so we could get keep track of all the books. So let's see.
Of course. Yeah.
So have you guys read Joe Abercrombie at all? Any of his stuff?
I've read the first law one.
Okay.
The Blade itself.
The Blade itself, yeah. So I think the Blade itself we did say fit the hero's journey kind of
very loosely.
Very loosely.
Okay.
But one of his other books, The Heroes, like we score out of 17 points. It got a 6. So it hit 6 of those steps on the journey. It's still an amazing book. So definitely things that don't hit.
Right. So that's great because it says that aligning with the hero's journey doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a great story. It's just typically that's the thing that is a good mechanism to use if you're trying to write something that's going to deliver good storytelling, right? So,
sure.
Yeah.
I think our biggest push is just to talk about the character, right? We're trying to fit them on the hero's journey, and it's fun when they hit it and really fun when they miss too.
Yeah. I mean, but at least if you stay on the hero's journey, you're going to get good development, right? And that's what it really comes down to, that we don't have flat characters and flat storytelling, makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Good.
Cool. So another thing, we talked about this last week, and I threw together literally like 3 hours ago, so it's a little bit hodgepodge, but we did it anyway. We talked about for going forward, we didn't do it with the first book, but going forward, doing a bingo card for each book that we're going to be going through the Cosmere. I didn't give them that many perimeters. I just told Will and Alana to send me thoughts and things they want on bingo. So some of the things are predictions, some are not, but that's just what it is. I know what personally, I was hoping for more predictions. There's plenty of predictions in there, so you can't get through a bingo without some predictions getting right. So let's put it that way. So
that's right.
So I did want to, share that with everyone who might be watching. It's also on Discord in case you want to, but this is what we came up with. And I use a randomizer and randomly put these in different places. So
dodgeball reference. Yes.
Yeah. A dodgeball reference. So some things are things I might talk about, or they talk about, like, Alan's talking about sailing or Scott's tank or something like that. But there are some good, ones that like Ham dies, Ellen and Vin break up. So there are some prediction type things. Obviously some bigger ones, some like more joke predictions, some just things we might talk about.
Like Alan talking about sailing. Yes.
Yeah.
Predictions nonetheless.
And it can't be forced. If it's forced into it, it's not natural. Then that's an automatic disqualification. You do not get the box.
You're kicked off the podcast.
Yeah, you can't just do a dodgeball reference because you want to check a box.
That's right.
So anyway, if you want to get this, you can download it right off our Discord. It's shared on there under the episode talk for the Cosmere Reads. And we'll be kind of loosely following this along as we go through these episodes through just this book. And we'll see how it goes. Maybe doing every book. It's just an experiment. We'll see.
I love these.
It's a big maybe. Like I said, we'll see. But yeah, so the 5 Ds of dodgeball, exactly. We're gonna do the 5 Ds of misplay.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Yeah. And that doesn't count because obviously we're talking about it.
Oh no, it doesn't count at all.
It does not count as no dodge. Because you remember, I guess was last episode 4 is where we had all the dodge work.
Oh geez, you went bananas with the dodge.
With the dodge work. No, it was the last one because it's about the 11th metal. And
that's right.
Gimel being like the old guy from teaching Kel how to use
Rip Torn's character,
dodge ball.
You can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. Yep.
Dodge these coins.
Dodge these coins. I love it.
So anyway, without further ado, let's jump right into these chapters. We're in part 1, Heir to the Survivor is the name of it. And we start with a little bit of one of these quotes like they always do. And this one's really, really short. Because it just says, I write these words in steel, for they cannot be trusted if not written in metal. And I just had a question mark. What do you think that means?
Oh, I feel like the last book where like they had the little quotes, and I was like, it's too early to even make anything of this. I didn't care. I'm like, whatever. I figure like the last book, we'll get to like chapter 7, and I'll start like kind of piecing things together and figure it out. But I'm like, it's too early.
Okay.
You know. What about you, Will? What'd you think, man?
Going off the theme that like this is the Lord Ruler's like journal still. We don't know if it is or not. But second time I read it, I was like, this is kind of like has like some materialism vibes. Like he's attached to metal and like you know, all truth lies in metal. Metal is the end all be all, the almighty dollar, if you will, kind of thing. Not good vibes from that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you guys think about the actual like words? It's written in steel. Does that like mean anything, or is it just a phrase?
Again, it's too early on. I was not gonna do the deep dive thing because my mind will go like super like analytical and everything.
Do you want me to answer that?
There it is. Get him, Will. That's what I'm
like
about.
set in stone. Like is set in steel, set in stone.
Yeah.
Like, similarities there, maybe.
Yeah.
We'll keep it light.
Okay. So get right into chapter 1. So things aren't looking good for our dear friend Ellen. Now, just to give some context, it's been 1 year since the Lord Ruler fell. So we had a big time jump. There's a whole entire year in between. And we don't really know what happened in between. We get little context clues. It's pretty much just Ellen's formed a government. He's King Ellen. And old Pops is coming back saying like, nope, time's up. You had your fun. Go ahead and give the kingdom over to me. I'm King Straff now. It's time. It's over. And he's marched 50,000 soldiers to surround Luthadel. They got about 20,000 in their garrison. And they know it's dire. I mean, they can't hold out a full-on scale attack. They just don't have the numbers.
I got so much anger against this dude, by the way. Last book, this dude was like hightailing it, tail between the legs. He was like, well, see ya, gotta go. And his son is like, hey, no, we gotta hold here. He's like, yeah, you should stay here. That's a good idea, son. Yeah. As he slowly backs away out the picture. And I'm like, anyway, I was so mad at this dude because he was like ready, because of course he was trying to kill his son. And then it's like, oh, okay. Well, now that Lord Ruler's gone, he's gonna bring in the troops. He's like, yeah, I was here all along. It's my territory. And I'm like, dude, this just a weak move all around.
I know it's jumping ahead a little bit, but I love the letter. Like, good job keeping control of the city. I'll be taking over now. Like, thank you.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
This is from the 3rd chapter we covered, but we'll talk more about this Pythos. But King Ellen, God help us all. Oh wait, we killed God. Shit.
And by the way, his dad is basically patting him on the back with a knife. Good job, son.
Yeah. And so the 20,000 soldiers they have, most are the remnants of the noblemen who did not evacuate, and most of Ska. Untrained, not that great. Right, untrained.
Yeah.
And so most of the noble forces pulled out of the city during the collapse of the final empire. So all the good soldiers are outside trying to invade them now, and the scraps are what's left in there. Yeah. And Ham's been put in charge of the military. He's there with Ellen in this scene, and they're just talking about things. And it's interesting that Ellen's, leaning on Ham for advice. I mean, it's almost like, and you get the impression it's been a year that L's just part of the crew now. I mean, he even calls him L, instead of Ellen, and has nicknames for him, stuff like that. It's like, yeah, L, and asks him, says, hey, do you got any advice about, all this? And he's like, I don't know. Kel always did the planning. Right. And he kind of got killed. So, it's not really my thing to plan. I just take orders and I execute.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah. And things just look bad for Ellen right now. I mean, it doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Any predictions on where we're going with all this as far as his flimsy government he's created, I guess is the best way of putting it. It sounds like they're all just squabbling and there's not much cohesion.
he's got this assembly that he's trying to essentially control, because he's putting together this document that says, well, he's talking about how part of the assembly wants to make a treaty, part of them wants to just surrender, and then another part wants to fight.
Right.
And he's trying to go in and say, whatever you guys want to do, you can't make any changes without my go ahead. So like he's trying to do his 23-year-old, I'm going to write a little piece of paper and take control of this assembly, and like he's struggling with that. I'm like, this guy is young. He's read a lot. He is knowledgeable for sure, but he's never actually put his hands on and done the work, which is where he is now. And he's got a lot of work to do. So I don't know. It's probably not going to go well if I have a prediction.
Well summarized, Will, dude, because he's book smart. We know that.
Yeah.
But that only gets you so far, right?
Right. Yeah. You got to have the hands-on experience too.
And being a young idealist, book smart, I mean, that never works, right? I mean, I think when the founding fathers created America, they were like in their 20s, and that worked.
Okay, you trying now. Come on now.
It did though. No, it didn't.
Anyways,
everything they wrote back in the those colonial days was not, influenced by interpretation, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Not at all.
Okay.
No, not at all. Yeah, and Ellen's really just worried that the assembly's going to vote to surrender the city, and he's trying to stall and try to figure out a way. So, I mean, it hasn't really laid out exactly how this government system works, because obviously he's king, but he doesn't have full autonomy because he's worried about what the assembly votes. So it sounds like a parliamentary monarch as the best way of probably putting what this is. I mean, obviously they have an assembly of officials. It doesn't say whether they're elected or not. We're not getting into all of those details, but there's definitely this group of 25 individuals, and then Ellen as their king. But obviously he has some, authority, like parlay with the other leader and stuff like that. He can talk, things he can do with their, I'm going to use the word constitution, but whatever their governmental document is. But like I said, it hasn't laid out. We're just getting little breadcrumbs around how all this works. Yeah. Are we calling Ellen Hamilton now?
Oh, wait, whoa. That's a take. That's a take, Pytho. Oh, shoot.
That is a take. All right. That means he's...
Oh, no. Man.
Oh, okay.
Pytho's winning deep. Oh.
Yeah. So, I mean, they're just really scared. I mean, obviously, they probably should be. These are the people who have oppressed the Ska for millennia.
Yeah.
And now they're marching back with their trained armies, and rightfully so. They're terrified.
Right. Which is, I expected that at the end of the last book. I mean, when you have someone who has been running things as long as he has, with basically unchallenged power, and then they're taken out, the vacuum that creates is something that is enormous and immeasurable. And of course, I mean, now it's the fighting for power now is I mean, there is no way to assume, how to run things now going forward, because there was never a contingency plan.
Right.
What happens if the Lord Ruler gets killed? Never been discussed. Right. So now it's just like a free for all.
And put on my history nerd hat. I mean, the best way I can think of, if you think of like a ruler who was absolute in like just domineering, commanding, and then when he died, everything fell apart. The one example that I can think of better than anything else is Alexander the Great.
I knew you were going to go there. Alexander the Great. I always think about the Khan dynasty.
Khan. But it was that was more because of kids that pulled it apart.
And unfortunately, with them, they didn't indoctrinate themselves with the cultures or the places they actually went into, and so they didn't really create any type of allegiancy.
But Kublai Khan still kept on going after Genghis for a little while.
Well, it was like 2 generations, basically.
Where Alexander the Great was young when he died, and there was a complete power vacuum.
And people loved him. They loved him.
Oh yeah, 100%. No, but like after he died, there was a complete power. Like when you talk about the Lord Ruler, there being a complete power vacuum.
Yep.
I think Alexander the Great, because that was literally in history something like that, where you had
example.
someone who is going to control everything, and everyone's behind him, and then
Mhm.
gone, and now
Done. And it's like,
complete
oh,
power back,
what-
and it
what
was
are we doing?
ugly.
Yeah.
What would happen to the whole
Mhm.
world? I mean, because it was a lot of the world was conquered, India all the way to a lot of Europe. So yeah.
It was vast. Yes.
So,
Yeah.
Were
Yep,
you surprised that there was such a time jump, or were you expecting to go and be like the next day after the final
Great
part?
question, man. Alex, I really thought it was going to be like pick up almost like next day, or
Mhm.
something like that. The 1 year time jump threw me for a little bit of a loop. I'll be honest with you.
Mhm.
So the great thing about time jump though is it puts us on our toes because we don't know what has been learned
Mhm.
or what has been lost in that time period. So we're also completely caught off guard, which is great. I mean, for storytelling purposes, because now you come into it, even if you read the last book, you come into it just like completely just thrown off. You're like, oh, I'm off kilter. I don't know what's going on, like any other reader. So I thought it was great. It's a great storytelling tactic.
Mhm.
But again, I wasn't expecting it. Not at all. I don't know. Will, were you expecting a time jump at one?
I guess knowing about like certain things, and I've had a couple like larger scale spoilers. I was like, who knows how long the time jump's going to be? But 1 year seemed, it was like some stuff's obviously changed, some stuff's obviously gone down. So
Mhm.
there's a lot of unknowns. So I don't know. I was just kind of like, okay, 1 year, that's where we're at. Good. Let's figure it out from here. Another
Nice.
adventure.
Right.
Yeah. So after this, we switch to Vin's point of view, and she's,
Mhm.
she lands in the mist. She's in Luthadel,
Yep.
and Ham asked, before they switch to Vin, he asked, where's Vin? And Ellen says, I don't know, and then we switch to Vin. So
Yep.
it's like this nice little,
Right on time.
TV jump.
Mhm. Yeah.
She's just on the streets of Luthadel, and it's almost like Brandon Sanderson's doing this very, very common literary thing where he's reintroducing a lot of the things really quickly, just kind of like refreshers, like
Right.
about elemental powers and things like that.
Mhm.
Like obviously, this is the second book. If you were reading this when they came out, there was a gap. I think only about 1 year gap between these books, if I remember correctly. It wasn't long, but still, it's very common literature too, especially if it's not like a later in the series
Absolutely.
where you should know this by now kind of thing,
Right.
where you might have forgotten. You might have read 10 books between now and when you finish the last book and forgot some of these things. So, she's burning tin and pewter. She keeps them on pretty much all the time.
Mhm.
And she's thinking about how some people call her paranoid. She says she's prepared, which comes back again throughout these chapters. And she's just kind of self-reflecting, like how even after over a year of being a known Mistborn, even though she's been her entire life knowing her powers, she still doesn't really even know how she burns the metals. It just kind of does it.
Yeah.
And she also talks about how people underestimate her because of her size, and she looks really young, and people always like, oh yeah, I can take her. And she likes that. She likes the fact that it gives her an edge because people tend to underestimate her.
Right.
So she's learned a couple tricks, since last time. She hinted these at the end of the last book, where she goes and starts burning steel just so she can see all the blue lines, similar to how Inquisitors see. Just because almost everyone carries some form of metal on them. So if anybody's moving in the mist or in the shadows, the lines will move.
Yeah, the lines
will move.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Clever.
She got that predator tracking.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
And she's just sitting still, like waiting for something to move.
Yeah.
And she comments also the mists seem a little bit, lighter that night than they normally are. They're not quite as crazy.
Right.
So anything from all this review?
Yeah.
I mean,
just going back to how like you're talking about how Vin is like having this internal conversation about how she is publication dates of the 3 books, 2006, 2007, 2000.
So they were one of
wow, okay, they were like back to back. Nice.
It is Brandon Sanderson. It's what he does.
Not surprised. Not surprised in the slightest.
Keep the people wanting more.
That's right.
But she's having
read
this
some real time stuff during that too. Anyway.
Wow.
Are you this guy? This guy is prolific. What the heck? Again, I got so much respect. Anyway, go ahead, Will. Sorry.
No worries. She's like, I noticed a few things. She's talking about, like, she mentions how, like, she's smaller and, like, she's not same size as Kel, and kind of comparing herself to Kel.
Right.
Mhm.
And, like, there was a couple other things, can't really remember, but I got the feeling, like, we've talked about Sanderson's ability to portray, like, mental health issues. I got a big feeling of, yes, Kel's been dead for a year. Like, the fearless leader is not there. Here we are a year later. And Vin she knows she has a lot of power. She's confident. However, I felt a shift back to kind of the scrawny, street rat, for lack of a better term, ska, like,
Mhm.
kind of questioning herself to a certain extent. Like, there's this, yes, I can do it, but also, like, am I good enough to do it as good as Kel kind of thing? And, like, I noticed that a lot. I don't know if you guys picked up on that, but, like,
No, definitely will. Definitely do. You weren't the only one that picked up on that. The whole time I'm reading this, she has this, like, this seed of doubt constantly, like, basically in her ear at all times, because she's like, remember, she went through the training in the last book with all these individuals. It was still very succinct training. It was like, train with this person, train with this person, train with this person, get this, these skills picked up. But it's not like she, like, really, like, became, like, the master of all. She right now is, I feel like, the jack of all trades. She, like, feels like she has enough to know how to do the individual things. She also is starting to understand. She also has abilities that no one else has. Doesn't understand why she has those abilities, like seeing through copper. Through a copper. The field. I'm just calling it copper field right now.
Copper cloud.
That was a terrible pun. A Copperfield. Anyway, but she sees through that, and she's like, I don't get why I have that capability when other people obviously do not. She's like, me, the Lord Ruler. That's it. That's like the end of the. No, wait. I'm sorry. The Inquisitors can too. Yeah. She said they can too. But these are some the things she's struggling with is because she just does not understand her powers enough, which gives her just all these seeds of doubt. And so, Will, I agree with you. I mean, the whole time I'm reading it, I feel like her insecurity is just constant, like just right there, like, and it's ringing in her ear.
It's amazing how good Sanderson is at like making the reader feel that and like see that. It's like, damn, man.
It's an undercurrent, not something that's like, just like blatant and in your face. It's like subtly said, so that way you can kind of pick up the nuggets of what's being laid down without it being overt, which I appreciate.
Yeah. I just, while we were like talking about kind of Vin in this one area, I was like, that was a big thing that I picked up on.
Yeah.
Good catch on that, Will. I mean, agree with you 100%.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And so then she goes ahead and gives the bat signal of flipping the coin into the middle of the square. That's her little
sorry, went Batman.
Yeah. Her little signal. She pushes a coin out, and it clinks, and then one of the shadows moves. And it's Osir, who we better known as Lord Renew, the Khandra. Osir is his actual real name.
What's his actual name? Because I feel like, again, I'm doing audio.
Orseer.
Okay. I wrote it down. I was like, is it Orser? And I was like, I didn't know if I'm getting it right.
Yeah,
Orseer. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. And he immediately asks, "Did you find what you're looking for?" And she says, "No." And we get a little bit of backstory that she's been looking for this mysterious person that she calls the Watcher, who's and she can't really figure out what he's about. Like, at first she thought he was an assassin. He's obviously Mistborn. She's had multiple run-ins with this person, and never got close enough to figure out, even if it's a boy or girl. I mean, I don't think I think she assumes it's a boy, says he, but doesn't really even know. It's just this mysterious figure that you never really get close to, but watches her all the time.
Yeah.
And thought it was an assassin coming after Ellen, but seems to have no interest in Ellen at all. It's just really just testing her more than anything else, and not sure if he's friendly or not, or it's kind of all these questions coming up, like
Right.
who is this person?
I got some Robert Jordan vibes on this one because there's that one book where there's like this like mysterious character and he shows up in the
he's watching
spoilery, but so anyway.
Yeah, I couldn't help but think, like, what would Kel do? Like, would Kel let this person just like linger around, like, and like sketch them out, and over there and fucking slice and dice, and he'd be gone? Like, this is the new age of Finn.
You know what Cavalier Kel would do?
Be gone. Vin's like, we'll see what's going on. I'm a little timid.
No, Kel would come out full on.
Yeah.
Anyway.
The Watcher's really just a creeper.
Just peeking in through the window, the open balcony door.
That's right.
Fucking creepers, man.
He's just like, look, keeping
and I creep. Yeah. So as they're talking, they're going through all, they just basically just started talking, and all of a sudden a ton of coins just burst through, like at Vin, and shoot through the mist at her. And we cut the end of the chapter.
Because she felt a disturbance in the force.
Yeah. Just shit, coins.
Shit, coins. That's a t-shirt. That's a t-shirt. Merchandising is shit, ... coins. Exclamation.
We need a spreadsheet.
I know.
We need a t-shirt spreadsheet.
Dude, where's our merchandising people at?
They're
Isn't Tree?
Tree's in there.
Yeah. Sorry, Tree. Sorry, Tree.
Poor thing. Yes, please. I love it. I'm sorry.
And that's what in this chapter. So I mean, because you guys can read through chapters, I'm assuming you guys just continued on without stopped there. But I mean, when you read that, did you think it was the Watcher? I mean, that's kind of how it kind of.
I didn't go there immediately.
Okay.
I felt like the Watcher to me sounded like this like ominous force.
Okay.
Who's like kind of like, trailing, tracking, surreptitious, all those things. And I was like, somebody throwing coins at, I was like, that doesn't sound like his MO. So I was like, I don't think this is that.
Yeah.
So I didn't go there immediately. I thought it was like, and of course, I mean, they're being, they're getting ready to, basically have contact with this army. And I was like, it's probably related to that. Mm-hmm. More so than this Watcher character.
Yeah.
Because nothing so far, by the way, at that point in time where we're at in the book, nothing was said that gave any indications of the allegiance of this Watcher person either. Mm-hmm. So I wasn't like, I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing.
Yeah.
Who this Watcher person is. We just know they are an entity, an unknown. And I just left it at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was like, oh, there's a person creeping around. Let's keep reading to find out more.
There you go.
Like,
Yep.
I don't know, but
so obviously, me and you, Will, we're in the same boat. I was like, I need some more evidence.
There's gonna be more. We'll keep reading.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
There you go. Anything for chapter 1 that we maybe breezed over or didn't discuss that?
No. Okay. I wrote down the question literally, who is the Watcher? And that was about it. Didn't write more. Yeah, it literally is ... on my iPad.
Gotcha.
The ellipses, yes.
Sounds good. We can go ahead and move right on to chapter 2 if you guys are ready.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead.
All right. So chapter 2, just action right away. Vin reacts immediately, pushes the coins aside, yells to Asir to go run, get out of here. Yeah. More coins start to shoot at her, and then she identifies, she's trying to find out where they're coming from, but she identifies them pretty quickly that it's 8 men. They're all mistings, and right away she kind of figures out what they all are. I mean, so there's 4 thugs in front, so pewter arms, 2 coin shots, Of course, they're steel pushers, and one lurcher, and that's someone who pulls iron. Uses iron to pull. He has a shield with him,
Right.
and the other person she assumes must be a smoker because she didn't sense them coming. So obviously, he's just, any crew would have a smoker with them anyway. So
I appreciate the explanation too, because it's always, again, we're new, so it's like I appreciate the repetition, so that way I can continue to get to the point where it's just like automatic. But right now, it's like I need the explanation. There's a couple I've gotten used to. Pewter, iron, steel.
Lurchers, we haven't dealt with a lurcher yet, I don't think. In the first book. In the first book we did? Okay.
We did, but it was like one time briefly. And once it was said again, then it was like, okay, click, that's what it was. But yeah. It's not.
Damn, I completely missed that. I thought this was the first time.
It might have been when Kel invaded
I feel like
the Venture to steal the ATM the very beginning of.
It
might have been a lurcher in that group.
This is not the first time I've heard the phrase, though. I know that for a fact. I don't know where.
I think lurchers are harder to use, like in combat, or to understand like what they're doing, so they're not mentioned as often.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. All right, that makes perfect sense. You say that,
We got watchers and lurchers and creepers.
Creepers.
Interesting.
Hamburglers and
but I like how, I mean, I think we kind of glossed over it, Alan, but like how Sanderson doesn't just say like, oh yeah, we're pushing and pulling on coins. Like because I feel like the way I read it, Vin was like, there's 8 people. I don't know what all they do, but then they have these little interactions, like some coins flow. She's like, okay, there's some coin shots. And then, something happened and she was like, all right, there's some thugs and this and that. And like through those different mechanisms that were used, she was able to deduce what each one was.
Right.
And that helped me as a reader kind of refresh my mind of like, okay, that's how these things work again. I know we've been through and through this with book 1, but like, it's nice to like start off the new book with that whole, it was interesting.
Even their pattern, I guess, or their formation coming towards her. The 4 thugs in front that obviously are your strong infantry guys. The 2 coin shots are on the flanks. The lurcher and the smoker are in the back, kind of guarding the backside.
Yep. It's a game of chess.
It's pretty much
it
explains the formation that they're coming towards her, and it's a assassination squad and attack formation. So and she's kind of using her abilities to kind of. It's a chess game. I mean, that's how it is whenever you're doing elementic battle. She's trying to make them think that she's trapped, trying to give that impression. And waits till one of the thugs gets close, and goes into full attack mode. She pushes some of the coins that were thrown at her towards the thug, but immediately the lurcher pulls all those coins away, his shield or whatever, and fall down. And but yeah, it goes into this whole battle scene. So I'm not going to go into play by play of what happens, but
Alan, do a reenactment, please.
Reenactment. All right. So I had to go back and actually read. I didn't write down the entire play by play, so I don't know exactly.
No, I'm messing with you.
I know the first one she kills the coin shot. She's able to trick him and kill one of the coin shots. She injures one of the thugs, but thugs are hard to kill because they're a computer. Using the coins to fly over. I guess she pushes on one of the coin shots, and the other guy pushes back, and she ends up flying over one of the thugs. And then the other one, shoots at her, but he lets go as soon as she pushes back against that. It's just this chaotic scene. Smashes the thug's weapon away. Snaps the neck of the other coin shot. But so all this is going down. She's did a pretty good job getting through all of them. Until she realizes that they were also tricking her.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Yeah, that's a good question, Tara. Before we
I was just pondering that question.
Yeah, and that's a question I've asked people before. But if you were a Misty, not a Mistborn, what ability? I already know mine, but that's obvious for me. What about you guys? If you could have only one of the abilities,
I think I'd want to be a smoker.
Ooh, smoker. That's a good option. Yeah. That's
Just because, like, knowing me, I'm a very like observant person, kind of hang in the back and like see what's going on. I feel like I'd be good at kind of like being that protector kind of role. But
Mhm.
don't they also have some other abilities that maybe we learned about this chapter, or maybe I just didn't notice it earlier? But anyway, I mean, just from being able to like provide that sort of stealth for the team, I think is pretty cool. I think I'd go with a smoker.
Okay.
Good
Okay.
question.
They're immune to the
Cool.
emotional manipulation, which it was
Yes.
mentioned in one of these chapters. I know.
Yeah.
Emotional manipulations. I mean, that's of course, the thing that Bree says is like everybody does it all the time anyway. It's just you have the capability. You just take it to the nth level.
Mhm.
So I mean, it would be extremely useful.
Stone cold.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hands down brass for me, man. Breeze.
Oh, really?
I'm soothing emotions all the time.
Oh wow!
Doesn't work on me. Doesn't work on me.
I gotta say, right now, I would say I kind of like the copper. I don't know why I like it so much.
The hottie, the smoker, same as well.
Yeah, there's something about that though. I don't know if it's the defensive mechanism or the capability of like kind of feeling things out. But that is to me is a very underrated capability right now. Now I'm sure it's going to continue to grow, and of course we've already found out that Ven can actually infiltrate or basically null and void that whole capability. But still, I mean, I really feel like in this world, that's a very strong capability to have.
Mhm.
So, yeah, I'm there.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I think it would be Tenai.
Yeah.
Tenai.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like.
Oh, Tenai is great. Oh, yes. Mhm. Tenai's a good one.
See
Yeah.
everything. Hear
A
everything.
bunch of people in the chat answered. Tree said she wants to be a thug because she's accident prone. Makes sense.
My
Makes
wife
sense,
would
huh?
really need that too. She is very accident prone. You talk about banging her toe on every table, every chair, everything. Yeah.
Tenai,
Ooh.
seal pusher. Someone said Lurcher would be great just so I can like grab my phone from across the room and
Yeah. Tonight
Pull
would
it
be cool
towards
too.
It's like
Is it-
force powers. It's just like call your lightsaber.
We got Pythos. I like Pythos and screw being a mistborn. I'm a ferrochemist.
Yeah.
That actually matches up though. Really, I didn't think about how much a librarian matches up with a. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Are you sure you're not a terraceman? Pythos? I just say.
Yep,
Love
indeed.
it.
So
I know what my Halloween costume is going to be.
yeah, there you go. So she's just walking through and she's counting as she's killing different people, like 1 down, 2 down, 3 down.
Mm-hmm.
I think she kills what was it the one was the lurcher. She finally kills him by tricking him and throwing the coins past him and pulling them through him or whatever. And
oh my gosh, yes. Bloody coins.
Yeah. And the blood's still on the coins, yeah.
Damn it, that's a bingo option. Why did I put that down?
Bloody coins.
I should have put bloody coins as a bingo option. We would have had that just like that. Oh.
And then the Watcher takes out someone all of a sudden. The Watcher shows up. Also, I mean, suddenly there's coins come from another direction and it takes out the smoker.
Right.
Because
she was like wondering for a second. She's like, "Oh wait, are they trying to throw coins at me?" And missed. And then it's like, "Nope, that wasn't a miss."
But then one of the persons reveals themselves that they were hiding the entire time. And they're not just a misting.
Not a misting, but a misborn.
A new challenger approaches.
That's right. Here we go.
This is pretty clever though to disguise yourself and only use one power to make you think that there's not a misborn, and then once you close enough, flip out everything else, and now you're caught off guard. But she immediately.
It's like Lady Snooty from the last damn book. What's her name? I forgot her name now.
Bliss.
Cliss, there it
Lady
is.
Bliss.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And she was like, because she was actually a misborn.
Exactly. Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I'm just soothing emotions," and then it's like you find out no, she's got like all the skills.
I picture her as like that Southern charm lady who like I was like, "Oh, bless your heart," and then really they're like smart as shit.
Soul.
Yeah.
Yes.
Indeed. So once Vin realizes there's a Mistborn, calls for Osir that's hiding and gives like the secret code word or whatever, and he's hiding in the alleyway, and throws her the other vial that contains one single bead. She didn't want to keep it on her person in case there were vials, and they did get thrown away immediately, so she didn't want to, risk losing that, so she kept it on the Kandra, which was smart. And the Kandra, tosses it to her. She immediately takes the one bead, swallows it down, and now we have ATM. So
and she turns it to Popeye.
Exactly. The other Mistborn's burning ATM too, so it becomes a million people.
And then it becomes like scenarios on scenarios on scenarios. It's like, it's like I see the 1,000 ways they can move, and in the 1,000 ways I can. And I'm like, oh Lord have mercy, I can't even imagine. Keeping that straight in your head.
The thugs don't realize the change, so they just keep charging at Vin, which they're just dead because
that's done.
Because you're burning ATM, you can't do anything to someone burning ATM.
What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, you dodge everything.
She had Neo. She Neo now.
Yeah, she had like 3 like staves or stabs or whatever come at her, and she's just like, dead. Next.
Yeah,
exactly.
Next challenger.
And then the Mistborn looks at her and then looks at the alleyway towards the Kandra and is like, well, I'll just kill your servant, because I don't think the Mistborn realizes it's Kandra. Just like thinking that I guess Vin would react to that.
Right.
Of course, little does she know, Vin can care less about the Kandra and actually hates the Kandra. So
right.
Like, okay,
she goes cold as ice. She's like,
she's still like creeped out by they have like a very interesting relationship. I mean, that happened at the end of the book, where it's like the contract passes to you. It's like, I don't want it. Like, it ate Kelsier. I don't want anything to do with this thing. Like, and I don't like it. So she didn't like the contract at all. So like, they throw coins at the contract. He's like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't affect me at all.
He's like, that's not my boy. I don't know where he's going at.
Go ahead.
He's not my people. Oh, poor Conjure. Anyway.
Thinking it would distract Vin, it doesn't at all.
Does not. She stays on course, like unfazed. Yes.
Mm-hmm. And she's just worried about, whose ATM's going to run out first. Because if hers runs out first, she's dead.
Yeah. But she's getting cocky.
She is.
She's getting a little cocky, Yeah.
So, but she starts charging towards him. And right as she does, she sees all of his other shadows collapse, meaning his ATM is worn out. And, last knife right to the neck.
Yeah.
Boom. Yep. So.
Wait, is the battle over yet?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the end. Yeah.
Okay, because who was it that like pulls up the like clapping sticks and freaking makes
the smoker in the back starts hitting the clapping sticks.
What are they called? They're called sound
sticks? Not what I said. What I said. It was something.
Sound
was it
sticks?
sound
Is that what they're called?
Yeah, sound sticks.
Okay.
Sound sticks. By the way, I'm so glad we're going back to that, because I had that question written down. Like, what the hell is a sound stick?
Yeah.
If you're burning 10,
it's like fuck with people who are burning 10.
So that's the whole purpose, is just to basically like throw off somebody who's burning 10. So that way it's like the sound is so deafening.
Yeah,
that
it's like throwing a flashbang, or like, you think about people with like have night vision goggles on. You come into the room, and they
if you were like coming like flash
shine lights at you,
right, okay.
It's the same thing with
like that. Okay, I got it.
That was that was interesting, because I feel like it was one of the first times that I'd noticed kind of the downside of like burning 10. It's like because we've talked about this before. It's like, what happens if you hear something super loud? What happens if you teleport to a Def Leppard concert, and all of a sudden you're like, shit, I got to turn my 10 off. Like,
But that happened before, because who's young boy? I can't remember his name. Anyway,
Spook.
And it was like the whole thing about honing in on certain things, because the rest of the world is deafening to you.
Yeah.
And being able to like just really like just hone in on like the one sound or the one thing. And I was like, I didn't even think about the fact is like when everything is amplified, now you're like listening to like mosquitoes fart, and you're like, oh god damn it, I gotta listen to this. But it's like, no, you gotta like centralize on this thing over here, and it's like, okay, makes sense. So
like,
yeah, but now you say the sound stick thing, it makes so much more sense. How much? I mean, just think about that. If someone's like just come up with like 2 batons of metal and clanging them together, I mean, anybody who's ever gotten clapped on the ear knows what it's like. If something like hits you like right on the ear, because it can bust your eardrum. Imagine if you got amplified hearing and then boom, boom, boom. I mean, yeah, it would debilitating. You would go down, crumple like just down, like oh my god, it just like covered the ears. It makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Yeah. So thanks for explaining that. Makes perfect sense. Yep. Thank you.
Yep. Yeah. And then of course after all this is over with, she just took out 8 mistings in a mist board. Like took out a bunch of mistings in a mist board by herself, which is pretty badass.
Yep.
So I mean, don't discount that. And the Watcher's still just standing there, and Vin can't make. Like, he just saved me. Like, what's going on?
What's your angle, bro?
Yeah, what's your angle?
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't want to talk, but you're just watching. It's a creeper. Yeah, good point. There it's creeping.
Yep.
Creeping.
Yep.
Yeah. So he goes back to Osir after this, who is like bloodied to pieces from all the coins, and she's like, "Oh, I didn't expect you to do blood." She goes, "Did you not expect me to feel pain either?" Like he's just like very like. It's this very interesting relationship between the two of them. Like they don't like each other at all.
There is no love lost here.
Yeah,
none whatsoever. No.
Vin tries to like vaguely thank him. He's like, "Thank you for throwing the volley." He's like, "Yeah, it's my duty. I just do what I have to. It's part of the contract." So
yeah, it's part of the contract.
It's part of the contract. I have to protect you.
I kind of signed a document and stuff. So.
And she asks if he could walk. He's like, "Probably not." And she thinks like, maybe he can eat one of those guys. Like. Just,
it's gonna get a little dark there for a second.
Yeah.
And Vin was like, I don't know, that's kind of weird. No, we'll find somebody
we won't
else.
Use these men. We'll find another body along the way.
But the thing is, though, he already looks like somebody was already executed earlier.
They said he took the body of like a murderer that was executed.
Yeah. That was executed.
So it's like thanks for bringing him back to life.
It's already macabre, right?
I think Finn does something worse for his body later. We haven't got to it yet, but
Raffo.
Okay.
And that's the contract states I cannot be forced to kill men. So you have to find. You'll have to give me another body. Then is what he tells Vin.
Right.
They head back, I guess, towards the palace at this point.
Yeah.
So now I have a question. Like, what does he do? Like, does he just walk around in like a mutilated body, like, or does he go back to a bag of antlers? And that doesn't count. I don't think.
Why isn't that a bingo square?
No, it's not. Okay, good.
Shit, I wish it was, man. Because that.
So they can stitch like extra muscles. So you'll stitch extra muscles to compensate for the broken bones, and then can.
There you go.
So they can do a little bit of stitching, things like that, but like it depends on how bad the damage is.
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
Yeah. So normally it's just easy to get a new body.
Right.
There were 8 perfect ones right there. I don't understand.
Yeah. There's 8 ones that have minor injuries, not mutilated. Broken necks, easy. That's an easy. That's one little pop. It's not not holes through you.
Nice.
They can't heal bones, right? I think that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I think I have to go back.
Sounds legit. I mean, I think I feel like that.
It checks. It tracks.
Like,
but that checks out. Yeah.
Could they like take the form of like if there's like a dead bird? Like, could they be the bird?
Raffo.
I knew that was coming.
I'm not sleeping tonight.
I felt
I'm not sleeping tonight.
Raffo.
Raffo.
Thanks for the lack of sleep.
Uh-huh.
That's all I can
Oh,
say.
wait. You could sleep when it was a bag of antlers, but when you find out they might actually go to like absorb a bird, now you can't sleep.
I had dreams about antlers, bags of antlers just dancing around. And I either sleep and have crazy dreams or I don't sleep. I don't know. You never know.
Oh no.
This is why
I
we
have these
drink.
images of bag of antlers all the time, though. Really, the skin bag of antlers. Yes. Let's go. Let's go.
So this whole chapter, of course, is all just a fight scene, pretty for the most part. I mean, there's a little bit of tidbits, a little bit more about the contract, about this contract stuff, and how a little bit of how that works. Like I said, little bread crumbs along the way. It's all between the action and between the lines, and that's really Brandon Sanderson's way of introducing things. Is it's always just little snippets here and there. It never comes out and says this is how everything works. Eventually, you figure out how it all works, but that's how it works. Yeah.
Dance of the bag of antlers. Oh, okay.
Literally.
Okay, Zool.
Literally
okay,
what I was thinking.
Little nightmares.
Well done, Zool. Well done. Well done. You win. It needs its own song now. So if we can get our composer that we have on staff to please put that together, just the dance of the bag of antlers. I'd appreciate
the
next time you go see the Nutcracker at the Norfolk Scope, they have some bags of antlers dancing around.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
But you know what? Actually, let's just go ahead and just compose that song, and then if you could do that whole scene from Harry Potter, where they do the ball, the Yule Ball or whatever it's called, they dance around. I think it was during the Goblet of Fire. That movie. Yeah, if we could just get that song composed for the Bag of Antlers. The dance of the bag of antlers, and then if we could set it to the actual scene in Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
You're asking way beyond my video editing capability.
And we might need a few more patrons, I think. Maybe one or two.
So I'm gonna go ahead and put up this personal plea. Warner Brothers.
Yeah, right. George Lucas.
Yeah. I know.
If you're listening to our podcast,
so personal friend George Lucas and Warner Brothers, if you could please, I know we play poker every so often. If you guys could just come out and support my wish on this, the dance of the bag of antlers, I'd appreciate that. I mean, if you could, just.
Chef's
just
10 I mean, not disappointed.
I'm not gonna be mad if you just go ahead and contract John Williams. I'm just John Williams. Just bring him on out. Just have him just compose that.
Get him to come out of retirement, come back.
Oh yeah.
We'll do it.
We'll even take his son. All right, just saying. I mean, if he's busy, bring his son through. We're good with that.
So, anything from chapter 2 before we the final chapter we're doing tonight, chapter 3?
No, I feel like it was just pretty straight up. It was just battle. Yep.
All right. So chapter 3 has a lot more nuance to it. A lot more stuff kind of behind the scenes happening.
Wait. I do want to go back really quick. It was a battle chapter, but I couldn't help but notice there was a lot of coins being thrown around, and I recalled in the last epic battle scene with Kel, he went into this fury of twirling metal around him. I was like, ooh, is Vin gonna do something with all these coins laying around and really fuck shit up? And turned out she wasn't there yet, but I was kind of curious about that. Anyways, sorry, chapter 3.
Kel took all the iron bars and made basically a force field around him of
he did a lot of cool stuff.
Yeah.
And Vin's not there yet, so
Kel was on another level. Yeah. So,
do you know what savants are? Has that been mentioned yet or not?
Savants in life or in the book? Because there's nothing special about the term.
Okay, I don't think they have in the book. No.
Okay,
never mind.
Okay,
I don't think it's been mentioned yet.
Another foreshadowing thing that I'm clocking.
Yep.
Got it.
No sleep.
Nice, Will.
Chapter 3. All right. So we start with Ellen at his writing desk. And he's just frustrated by everything. He's working on his proposal he's going to give to the assembly. And he's trying. The assembly's not agreeing on anything on what to do. And his proposal is a stalling tactic. All he's trying to do is just stall, so he can try to figure out a better idea. But for right now, this is kind of his last ditch effort. Let's delay the vote, so I can get a better idea and sway more people and figure things out. But we don't want to surrender. And he hears Vin on the roof and thinks that, and at this point he's been informed about the assassin attempt that night. So this must be a couple hours later. So,
Right.
and he even thinks about, should I use that from the assembly? But that could backfire. He's definitely thinking everything through a political lens at this point. Like, how can I use this? How can I spin this in my favor? How can I get the assembly to, and that could be a very dangerous way to live. Just because, you're not being prepped. Everything you see and hear, you're just thinking how you can spin it to what, it's very politics.
Because don't you learn that he has already been turned down once? Like one of his proposals has already been turned down.
Yeah.
So
I didn't remember that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's like kind of like back against the wall. Like,
yeah, you learn that when Vin comes out and talks to him. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yep. Thank you. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yep. Got it.
Sorry for jumping ahead, but
No,
it's
not jumping ahead. That's actually a fact I completely forgot until you just said that. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes.
So,
anyways,
so anything from this little snippet of him just being frustrated before we switch to Vin on the roof?
Nope.
So this is a really interesting scene. And I have lots of questions. I'm sure you have no answers, but I want to hear all your thoughts about what the hell just happened. so Vin's on the roof. She's thinking about the Lord Ruler and thinking about that fight that she had, and how the mists react to her. She's also thinking about how Luthadel can't hold against a full attack from Straff. Lots on her mind. And she mentions that she's the assassins and spies don't bother her. She's been taking them out for months. This is probably the most coordinated attempt they've had in a long time. But at this point, she's kind of cocky about it. She's like, "Yeah, I've been taking out spies and assassins for months now."
Yeah.
And they're coming monthly. And Vin's up on the roof, kind of looking out. Man, the Watcher was still there. I wonder if he's still around. She's starts to burn bronze to see if she can feel any pulses and pierce copper clouds, and starts thinking about that as well. Why is she different? Why is she special? But she senses nothing. And she's kind of down on herself. The prospects are grim. Even if it's not Straff, she says, there's a bunch of other warlords that have consolidated, and they're all marching, and they all want the city, and they're just not prepared for full scale invasions, and they're just it's just a matter of time before the city falls at this point. Yeah, in her mind. And so I got a bunch of question marks here, obviously things you probably can't answer, but, why is Vin special? Why can she pierce the copper clouds? I mean, obviously Marsh says the Inquisitors can, and she assumes the Lord Ruler could, but, even Kel couldn't.
Right. Right.
She's on the defensive. She is like, why am I this way? Instead of what should I be doing with these abilities? Like, instead of being proactive, she's being reactive, I feel like.
Yeah, but she's also like 17 now. I mean,
so
true. A year later, she's 18. She's 18 now. It's a year later. She's 18.
Oh, that's right. Year later. But that makes a difference. So she's unfortunately still extremely young. She is like still trying to figure out who she is. Even like, her relationship with, Ellen, which we're going to get to in a second. I mean, she's still trying to figure out exactly, how to deal with all the things. So she's in turmoil, and
that's a really good point.
Imagine being that young and having that incredible amount of power. I mean, you don't know what to do with that. And here you are. Let's be honest. She's an assassin. She's killing people like left and right. I mean, even when they talked about what their roles were going to be in the last book, and everybody's like, okay, well, you're going to be the this, and you're going to be the that, you're going to be the, and she was like, well, I think we need an assassin. She assigned that to herself. It was like, we need an assassin. You're that young, and you're out here just like slaughtering people. And what does that do to your psyche? I mean, how does that warp you and make you just like think about, okay, well, if it's this easy to take people out, how easily can I be taken out? And why am I special? And why aren't these people special? And I mean, it would play the craziest mind games on you, right?
Sure.
So I feel like this is another situation where I give kudos to the writing, because that type of insecurity and that type of a flux of confidence. I mean, it makes sense, because here it is. It's like you have this immeasurable power, but yet and still you don't understand what your place in your universe is.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I feel, hell, at my age, I don't know how I would deal with that.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know if I'd be able to just be like, walk out confidently and be like, yep, got it. No, not me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's ever ready for that. I don't think it's a matter of age. But yeah, it's
exactly. It's not an age thing. But imagine someone that young having to deal with it. It's even worse,
Yeah.
It's an existential identity crisis before you have your first identity to even think about. Like, yeah.
Wow, that's well summated. Yes, well done. Yes.
I'm trying. Sorry. I was trying to look something up as we're talking, so I was trying to stall. Let's see. How old was he when this happened? The sniper in Leningrad. What was it? Did the whole thing. Enemy at the gates. How old was he when? In World War II?
Okay. I know the story you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to type it up. And all that
I haven't pulled up. I was just
Okay.
trying to see how old he was when he So he was born in 1918 and 1941 was
so that's
was the Battle of-
23 years.
23 years old. Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
So and he had 40 confirmed kills that year.
Right.
Yeah. Similar. I mean, a little older, but still young. But,
makes you grow up a little faster.
I mean, snipers of all time. I mean, oh, jeez, yeah.
So, just it does happen. We have people that have to assassinate because you're really good at it.
Right. Which has happened in numerous wars.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yep. So, anyways, so as all this is happening, she's looking for the Watcher. She's burning her bronze, trying to pierce through copper clouds, and nothing. And then all of a sudden, pulses. And she starts to freak out a little bit. She's like, okay, I need to figure out where they're coming from.
Right.
And she's trying to determine what they are. She's like, they're all mumbled together. It's like a copper cloud, but it's weirder than anything she's ever had. It's like, is that tin or is that steel or what's it? And then she, as she starts to kind of get more focused on what it is, she's like, it's close. Wait, it's right in front of me. Like literally right in front of me. She starts to stare into the mist and tries to figure something out. And then she sees a figure start to form in the mist. Like just materialize. Like more details just kind of pulling together right in front of her. And she freaks out, shoots coins at it, and it doesn't disappear right away. It stays around for a couple more seconds and then it slowly just evaporates. I have tons of question marks. What do you guys think? What's going on here?
I'm gonna give you guys my little analogy for this. I hope you guys have all seen Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
There's that great scene where they're sitting there and the aliens are coming and they're welding the door, and they have the little meter. It's like pew 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 pew. It's 50 meters. Pew 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 pew. 40 meters. Pew 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 pew. 30 meters. Pew 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 pew. 10 meters. They're right outside the door, man. Pew 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 pew. 5 meters. Wait a minute, that's the other side of the door. And then they all look up like, shit. That's the way I felt the whole time. I'm like listening to this part. I was like, it's like something's there, it's coming, and it's like you don't know what to do. I mean, it puts you on edge, crazy, right? You're like, what do I do? That kind of thing. So it was great suspense. I loved it. So
were you expecting an attack?
Oh, definitely.
That's okay.
Definitely. I was definitely expecting an attack. Yeah.
What do you think the figure was? Do you think it was just in Vin's mind, or do you think it was just like, or was it really there?
So, if there's one thing that has been so ethereal up until this point and undefined, it's the mist.
It's itself. Yeah,
we don't understand it. We don't
know
know how it
Rashik was
works.
terrified of it from the journal and stuff, or we know that from the journalists that they were terrified of the mist.
Right.
And he even said there's something following him in the mist. I think in one of the snippets from the last book, he said he felt like something was following him in the mist.
stuff about the Mist keeps coming up over and over and over again, and we have gotten so many great details about how it works, and so we're just like still just like wondering like what is the deal with the Mist. I mean, it scares people, but we don't know why. There's Mist Wraiths, which we kind of understand how they work. We're getting closer.
Okay.
We got, conjurers and stuff, but the Mist itself, we still don't quite get because we haven't been like given all the background. And so it just creates this tension every time it comes up. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Mist was a bunch of prehistoric dinosaurs that are actually just like little T-Rex hands, like kind of coming at you, the whole deal, and they're ready to like chomp your head off.
So what you're saying is like the next scene is going to be like Vin like sniping down like the Watcher, and then turns to his right and goes, "Clever girl." And
dude, I would love it. I would love it. He's like, "Oh, clever girl." Gets him from behind. That movie still holds up, by the way. Jurassic Park, it still holds up. Yes,
it's a great movie. Yeah. Anyway, so we switch back to Ellen after this. Yeah, he's back and he's going over more letters, and he's going back to his dad's letter. And I know we hinted it earlier in the episode, but basically the letter that said like, "Thank you, old sport, for keeping the throne warm for me. I'll be coming back to collect that in a few days. But thank you so much. God. You've been a good son."
What a fuck you letter. I'm sorry. Excuse my language, but that's a fuck you letter if I ever heard it. I was like, oh.
Thanks for keeping the throne warm for me. But, son King Straff. Yeah. So, thoughts? I guess you said your thoughts, but yeah.
Will, please go ahead, man. You just have at you. I'm done.
I mean,
I got
the whole comments. Like Mist being thing. I just glossed over because I was like, the Mist is showing up and Vin's not ready for it. She's either going to die right here or we're going to move to the next fucking section of the chapter, which we did. And I was like, all right, well, we'll learn more later. So
right.
Yeah. Lord Strath is he wrote a fucking letter. Like, he doesn't even come back. He's like, "Hey, just heads up, we'll be back. Like, I'm not gonna come and like take it. I'm just gonna like write you a letter. Like, hey,
yeah."
He's old school, political, asshole guy.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's my thoughts.
Yep.
This asshole though, because I feel like all he's doing is just like, "Oh well, good job, son, staying there and holding down the fort while they took down the Lord Ruler. Here I come to try to usurp your power." And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
Come on.
Did he really sign it King too? I didn't even notice that.
He did. He signed I forgot about that. He signed the damn thing.
What a dick. King Strathventure. What a dick.
Oh.
Yep.
That's a bold move, Cotton. Oh, wait, that's a dodgeball reference.
Dodgeball.
That's legit. That's legit. I wasn't making that up for the scene. Sorry. That's bingo. Bingo card.
Anybody got bingo?
Yeah, no, I think
probably not. We don't know.
Probably not yet.
But that's legit. I wasn't just saying that for the bingo card, but that's a bold move, Cotton. Anyway.
Yeah.
We'll see how it plays out.
We'll see how it plays out. I'll mark them after the episode. See where we are and share it every week.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate you.
So yeah. Vin drops in next, just drops down lightly, and immediately goes into like search around every closet, under the bed, looking for the boogie monster everywhere. And Ellen's just amused by all it, because apparently she does this doesn't do it every night, but she does it a lot.
Yeah, that boogeyman searching thing is kind of interesting. She's looking for the Babadook, I'm like, okay.
Yeah, and Ellen's like, I call her paranoid sometimes, but she just keeps on saying she just wants to be prepared,
Right.
Yeah, but
that was an interesting dynamic shift right there, which it goes more into it later, so I'll wait. But yeah,
Yeah.
Ellen was looking around like, look at this girl being all freaking paranoid. Like,
Yeah, exactly. And Vin asks if he's seen anything unusual that night. And Ellen's like, no, just been hanging out. And
Uh-huh.
Vin says, well, the Watcher's in the city, so I saw him again tonight. And Ellen kind of gets a little bit, I guess, not super jumpy about it, but just kind of perks up a little bit. And she's like, yeah, I figure he's not after you though, apparently, so he's not going to come for you.
Right.
And then she goes into telling Ellen that she saw something in the mist. She's like, but I did see a figure in the mist. That was the mist.
Right.
Not in the mist. It was the mist.
Right.
And Ellen's like, you're exhausted, Vin. Get some sleep.
Which is true.
Yeah.
She's definitely exhausted.
Yeah. It's like, you're not sleeping at all. You're out all night
Yeah.
hunting assassins. And during the day, you're up all day. Like, you're not sleeping. Like,
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and she's like, all right, fine. Curls up right under his desk on the floor. It's like, I'm in the bed. She's like, yeah, there's Mistborn out there. That's not happening.
Yeah.
She kind of reminds me of like a guard dog when she does that, just making a
That's
circle on the floor.
That's exactly what I thought of. I thought about a cat, like it's just like curls up. You know how they like walk around,
Mm-hmm.
and then
Yeah.
they just plop down like on a carpet. And you just go down. Yep.
Yeah. And before Vin did that, they do have a conversation about the ATM. She apologizes because he used the last of the ATM that night.
Yeah, that's
so
it.
They're out of ATM.
Out of it. Oh,
it's been a year. They've still not been able to find the Lord Ruler supply of ATM.
Which I cannot fathom how this ATM has been mined all the time, constantly by these people. They get killed if they don't get ATM within 7 days.
Uh-huh.
So there's been a constant stream of people going in that mine at half cent, bringing ATM up. So it's been mined. We know there's got to be stockpiles of it. And the fact that it's a year later and no one knows where it is. You're telling me there's not a single informant, other person, nobility, whatever, that knows where it is. I'm like, that seems, I mean, maybe there's plausible deniability here, but I feel like that means maybe it was either, that's right, but Kelsier did destroy a whole bunch of it.
They destroyed the pits themselves.
Yeah, he destroyed the mines itself.
But not the cash, not the stockpile.
That's right, not the stockpile.
For years and years.
Thank you. Yeah. So that tells me that either A, it was like moved out somewhere else, or B, someone else knew some way to destroy the ATM they had.
Okay.
I'm kind of leaning towards they moved it out somewhere else, but I mean, wouldn't that show up when they, actually burn copper and figure out
steel lines.
Yeah, I still thinking the steel and the lines. I don't know. I guess this whole idea of the fact it's been a year later and they're no closer to finding it. That part really has me kind of mesmerized, because you think someone would have been a whistleblower by now, right?
You think?
Maybe it's protected by the mist.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, right. So what if it's a metal that's not detectable by the means of other metals being detected? I can see that. Yeah, sure. Will, I mean, Will, you might be onto something there.
Okay.
But it also, like Tara said in the chat, like Lord Ruler used it to stay young, and then the Inquisitors could have used it, and then it was also sold to other people. So maybe they are out of it.
Right. I mean,
but like, how long were they harvesting this shit? Like
1,000 years.
1,000 million gajillion years.
Yeah, right. But remember too, it doesn't burn that long.
Right.
So, it's not like, they burn pewter or other metals, and they seem to last a lot longer than ATM when they burn it. So.
ATM burns fast.
So if the Inquisitors, as an example, were using it all the time, because remember when Kelsier was using it against an Inquisitor, didn't his burn out before the Inquisitors ATM burned out?
maybe the Lord Ruler is really good at hiding stuff.
Oh,
Really good at
that
hiding.
okay.
I bet he would be a good Easter
He
egg
would.
hunter.
Yep.
Hunter.
Yep. He's like, surprise! It was up your ass the whole time.
But Ellen tries to shrug it off. It's like, it's not a big deal. We don't have 18 anymore. They're probably going to run out. The nobles will probably run out there too. It's a scarce resource now that pits have been destroyed. So, but in the back of their mind, they're both like, look at each other like, yeah, this sucks. Like, this is bad.
Yeah.
This is real bad. Because now if they run into anybody as ATM, they're screwed. And they both know it, but they don't want to say it. They're just like, okay, we're good. We're not good, but we're good. And this is also where, like, Ellen's also venting to Vin about, like, everything going on with the assembly. And Vin says something along the line of, like, you're the king. Just make a declaration. And he's like, I'm not the Lord Ruler. I want to do this, in the right way and be more diplomatic about things. And, rather than use brute force and just assert will. And they even think back, the ruler had it easier, during his time because he could just do stuff. Whereas they're trying to create a better form of government, but at the same time, it has its setbacks. I mean, it's one of the. It goes back to the old Winston Churchill quote. Democracy is the worst form of government, except for all the others that have been tried. But it's a horrible system of government. It's just so is every other system of government. So,
right.
You can go back to philosophy. The perfect government's a benevolent dictatorship.
A benevolent. I was getting ready to just say that exact statement.
Yeah,
you stole it from me.
Yeah, philosophically, it just doesn't happen.
What did you say? Beloveded?
A benevolent.
A benevolent.
I don't know that I've ever heard that word before. Give me a second.
Someone that acts in the best interest of the people, but has complete absolute authority and control.
But has absolute authority, and that's never going to happen.
Yeah, it's complete autonomy and absolute control, but does what's in the best interest of the people at all times. Doesn't happen.
Seems contradictory.
That's the reason why it will never happen, because there's always personal interests that take over.
Oh, benevolent.
Benevolent. Sorry.
Al, you said banana-volent.
Banana-volent. I don't know where banana came from. I might have actually mispronounced the word. I have dyslexia, so I do that from time to time. It's fine.
Well, I like banana-volent.
I thought you said the right thing, but hey, look.
Benevolent? That's what I said.
No, I trust you. I trust you.
Anyway.
Benevolent?
I think I said that right. Benevolent? What is that?
We knew what you meant.
But that's the exact phrase I was going to say, though. The only truly successful government would be a benevolent dictatorship. But it's impossible to have that because someone ruling...
Yeah.
But
there's been rare cases where there's been close to that, but then the next,
the idea of somebody being ultimately in charge, one person being ultimately in charge, but completely being 100% altruistic, not going to happen.
Dude, you'd have to put on a hell of a facade.
Oh,
you take in all this feedback from the people, and then it's literally in one ear, out the other. I'm going to do whatever the hell I want to do.
Yeah.
Like the most.
Because power in and of itself corrupts.
Right.
I mean, it's been proven time and time again,
Like the ultimate narcissist.
Yeah, which is going to happen. I mean, it's no possibility.
It says, well, yes, I am ruled by banana bread.
We are on a weird tangent tonight. I love this. I love it.
Tara made banana bread, and it's in our kitchen right now. And I am
definitely
also ruled by banana bread.
I would appreciate 2 slices. Thank you.
Banana bread is delicious.
Tara, that's the personal challenge to you, please. 2 slices of banana bread. Send it to my house. Thank you so much.
If we have a meetup, she will bring banana bread, I guarantee.
Hey.
Dude, banana bread is delicious.
Yes. Very good.
Up there with banana pudding.
To all the people who do not eat their bananas.
I would trade, because I love making banana pudding. I would trade banana pudding or some banana bread
That's
slices.
that's a trade I'll
some
take
vanilla,
all day.
vanilla wafers in there.
Oh, I do the whole thing. I actually make my own meringue and put it on top and do the whole car on it. Yeah, baby.
Fair trade. Let's make that happen.
I do the whole double broiler and like make my own.
Hey, next time we're in bad news, we're gonna make that happen.
Okay, there you go.
Sounds like a winner. All right.
Welcome to the Food Reads.
Feed Reads. Where is this media empire at? And let's get it started.
Anyway, back to where we were.
But we missed a couple things, which I was gonna like wait until later to get to. Number one, I wrote down the note and I'm like exclamation, points afterwards. Ellen proposed to her. He proposed to her, and she turned him down.
She just hasn't answered yet. Give her time. Give her time.
Give her time. She was like, I'm not ready yet. Anyway, I was like, oh shoot, he proposed. He was like, yeah, you put that thing on me. I need to go ahead and put a ring on it. Okay.
Yeah.
Good news. All right.
Proposed. Yeah, he proposed. And she said, no, not yet. But they're still together.
And then there were multiple kings mentioned, not just Ellen's dad. There was like multiple kings. It was like, oh, so everyone's a king. It was like the Oprah Winfrey joint.
Well, that's when Ham comes in. So I was about to get to that part.
You're a king. You're a king. Everyone's a king. This is This is definitely some Game of Thrones, Song of Ice and Fire situation where it's like everyone's a king. They're like, I'm the king of the North, and I'm the king of the Northwest, and I'm the king of
Western
Key
dominance.
West, whatever. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
So at this point, Ellen does get back to work, and Ham comes in. That's when Ham gives him the information saying that, like, hey, we found some more information about these assassins. They weren't Strath's people. These came from the Western dominance, which was really far away from where Strath is. And
there's no way
that they would have. It's actually it's King Set's men. So this guy that's called himself king that's named Set, and he says, would Set want to? He's like, well, Set, anybody would eventually want to come and take the Citadel. So I'm not surprised. Ellen basically says, I'm not surprised that Set's involved as well as another challenger. Obviously,
another challenger enters the ring. Yeah.
But then at the same time, Ham's like, "Oh, thank God it's not your father," because I can never imagine that. It's like, and Ellen's like, "No, my father would kill me in a heartbeat." It's like Ham's like, "What?" Like, I've heard of fathers or sons killing their fathers for thrones, but fathers killing their sons? That's messed up.
That's a first. That's a first. Yeah,
he must have some real mental issues.
Yeah,
like what kind of person would kill their son? But Ellen cuts him off and says, "Hey, I'm busy. You need to get back to your wife." And they jab back and forth a little bit, just about because Ellen's saying, "I never thought it'd be this hard to run this," and he goes, and the Cam says, "What? It's hard killing the god," and say something, killing a god, and take it over,
right?
And they say goodnight, and that's the end of this chapter. So, but that's it. That's how we wrap this one up.
Do you guys have an idea who's the?
Huh?
Do you have an idea who's the bigger threat between King Ket and King Venture? Or really,
through all of my years of reading everything, all the things, I always am more worried about the dark horse that is not making themselves apparent.
Mm-hmm.
I think about Godfather 3. When it's like the guy that's coming at you, who's like really just like in your face, like, I'm gonna come at you. Don't worry about that guy. It's the guy behind the scenes who's like smiling in your face the whole time, shaking your hand. That's the one you worry about. So that's the one I've got my eye on. I'm like, who are we not accounting for in this situation?
Yeah. I totally agree with that. It's like he sends a subtle assassin, and then also like hearing Western dominance, for whatever reason, I associate Western with the like kind of newcomer, and like we also know nothing about them. This is the first time we're hearing of them,
right?
So it's like they could be really, really weak, or they could be really for I'm picturing like a barbaric tribe that's just like ruthless, badass fighters that come in and just really tear stuff up. But they could also be nobodies. They could be not a threat at all. But like my intuition says like it's something to worry about.
Yeah.
I mean, you've heard of Strath, and then now this other side coming in. Nobody else.
Yeah.
And like we know Strath, he's old school. He's just coming in back to his comfort zone. Like this is an easy takeover. It's my son. But then wait, who's this other person? Like he probably knows who Strath is. Like he's like, yeah, I'll just send an assassin in there and feel things out. And it didn't work out, but I'm sure he's got way more to follow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Some people said the audio messed up. I heard just fine. But Alex's question was, who's the bigger threat?
Right. That was the question that Alex asked. Yes.
Alex asked.
Of the Kings.
Yeah.
So, and Will, I think that you and I are in the same boat. We're kind of thinking there's probably another player out here that is the dark horse that we need to be most worried about of everybody.
The Watcher, the Man in the Mist.
The Watcher could be working on behalf of somebody else.
There's a lot of players that are just
that are unknowns.
Yeah, they're unknowns at this point.
Yeah,
lots of unknowns.
By the way, I will also want to make sure I mention the fact that Vin went at some point in time and put on perfume, specifically getting rid of her ska stank.
There you go.
Yeah, that was a subtle thing, but
it was a subtle thing. Yeah.
It was mentioned.
But Ellen noticed.
Ellen likes
it. He was like,
ooh,
whoa, you got that Otis stank on you.
That whole chapter, like the dynamic between the two of them, I wanted to touch on that. Was like it was a total shift because they used to be
the ska stank.
They used to be, bopping around all the parties and the balls or whatever.
Right.
And in that environment, it's very like light, you're talking to people, eating food, having drinks, dancing. And now Ellen is trying to take over power and Vin is trying to protect him. And it's a total shift in their dynamic, in their relationship.
Right.
I'm like I think one of the bingo questions, which we can't fill out yet, is like, are they going to last? I'm like, because Ellen's looking at Vin, like checking the closet and looking under the tables and under the bed, and like he's just sitting there chilling. I'm like, does he like the new Vin, or did he like the Vin that was like trying, was a noble woman,
right?
But then like found out she was ska, and now here they are a year later, like
because he's already asking questions.
Yeah.
He's already asking questions about, is this the same lady that he initially met?
Yeah.
He was like, she was like a completely different person. And now he's come to grips with who she is, but he's got to be asking himself, is this what I signed up for, though? Because, she has these specific, missions and things she's trying to accomplish to save the entirety of the world that they're in, but yet still he's like, that's also not necessarily what I signed up to be within a relationship. So I think that was your bingo question, wasn't it, Will? Whether or not they would you said they might break up.
I wouldn't be
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't know. I didn't realize that he proposed. Was that in these chapters?
Yeah, he said it in chapter 3.
It was in one line. It was one line. It was like a.
I was like, when he said it, I was like, oh shoot, he actually proposed to her. Shoot, and so she turned him down. Oh, damn. Okay.
It's all good.
Was it?
Which is the reason why I think that Will. I think you might be onto something with that they break up thing, because it's a weird power dynamic. I mean, here it is. He's the king. He's like, he has power in a noble setting, but she has power in a allomancy way. How do you juggle that? I mean, the dynamics of that are weird. You got to imagine, what kind of conversations does that create, and who's protecting who?
His power is more external. It's external and internal,
Yeah. Right.
but hers is all internal. Well, I guess she's dependent on metal.
I think I would say physical, and
Yeah.
one is intellectual power, right?
Yeah.
So one is diplomatic power, in
Yeah.
terms of him and, basically working the lines of politics. And hers is completely external and exertion of, we're talking about physical capability, right?
Yeah.
I mean, in those two worlds, it's like, if you take a politician and then put them up against an MMA fighter, it's like, well, one is going to like be able to like verbally abuse you to death. The other one's going to kick you in the jaw.
That's why they have
Yeah.
chess. They have chess boxing. It's actually a thing.
What?
Wait, so if you like make a move, do you get punched in the face?
No, they have chess boxing. You do one round of boxing, and then you play a 3-minute round of chess, and it alternates rounds.
Okay.
And you
I
can
need
win
to
by
be in this.
knockout or checkmate.
I need to
It's actually
win.
a real thing.
I got to do this now. Yes.
It's called chess boxing.
Finally,
Like,
my
literally
gym capabilities
every
will come to
other round,
fruition.
you box for 3 minutes,
Oh,
and then you play chess for 3 minutes, and it goes back and
Nice.
forth. And you can get checkmate, or you can knock the person out, and that's how the
by the way, if my wife ever watches this episode, sweetness, we were just joking.
look it up. Chess boxing is actually a thing. It's,
What? Yeah, I could get into this.
Wow. So it's not just in a book. This actually exists.
Nice. I assume everything I read in the book is probably kind of pseudo real somewhere. I mean,
yeah.
whether
No,
you can manage it or
Lennox,
not.
I think Lennox Lewis, he was big into it, chess boxing.
Oh my god. Okay, now that's a person I know everyone to run into in this match. By the way, Lennox Lewis, this is the dude that went toe to toe with Tyson,
Yeah.
and almost won. Yeah. So I'm not. I retract my bid to be involved in that now.
Yeah. There's actually a World Chess Boxing Association. It's a whole thing.
I was excited until you told me Lennox Lewis was in it, and I was like,
Yeah.
No,
It's,
no.
Why is this not on like national television?
I don't know. I think it's great.
By the way, like it was like a week ago. They actually had ESPN 8 the Ocho. Oh, another dodgeball reference, by the way. So every year for like 3 days or something, ESPN does the ESPN 8 the Ocho takeover on their channels, and I saw like the weirdest sports like banana ball and some other stuff. That would be the perfect time for them to do chess boxing.
Chess boxing.
Yes. Please do it, ESPN. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I got to reach out to Disney. I'm going to reach out to Disney and be like, hey, Disney, please put on chess boxing.
Yeah.
ESPN 8, the Ocho.
The Ocho.
I just
Sounds
found a
good.
screenshot of this, and there's like a really sweaty dude with boxing gloves, like sitting over a chessboard. Like, it's pretty hilarious.
I want to see video. I want to see video of the actual match.
Go on YouTube. They have.
Trust
Oh,
me.
I'll
I
put it
will
in the
get into this
chat.
rabbit hole tonight.
Put it in the chat right now.
And no sleep will be had by Alonzo McLeese tonight. I will be staying up, chess boxing aficionado by tomorrow morning at 6 a.m.
There you go. Anything we missed from these chapters now that we've completely just
Gone
gone
off the rails. That's right.
Any questions you have, Alex, for them? Anything that you?
Yeah, Alex, what you got, man?
I think we actually hit most of my questions. I guess one thing, do you think that Eland was trying to make a love match when he proposed, or was it like a political expedience? Like, let me just marry this god killer.
Ooh, that's a great question.
That's a good question. Power move. He's like,
it doesn't sound like he's the kind of person who would fall into the tropes of the aristocracy that he was, raised in.
Mm-hmm.
However, aligning himself with the woman who, let's just face facts. Everyone probably knows she took out the Lord Ruler, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would solidify his power in a way that makes him unquestionably the man, right? The man.
Yeah, because he has the person. He's married to the person that took out the Lord Ruler. Yeah.
Right. So again, Great question, man, Alex. That's an incredible question. I'd have to put more thought into that. That
I can
because I
tail
really don't
off of
know.
that. Just tailing off of that, like I feel like Elon is kind of a hopeless romantic. He's very smart. He's very knowledgeable, but like I think it's part power play, part timing, part hopeless romantic. Like he loves Vin. They love each other. They do. Some things have changed, but part of that change is he is now king.
Yeah.
And like Elondo said, Vin killed the Lord Ruler. And he's like, oh my God, like I love her too. Like this is an awesome scenario to be in. I should propose right now.
Right.
I think it's a mix of maybe of a few different things.
Man,
that's a really good question.
Great question. I really wish I had a straight answer on that, but I'd never even thought about the dynamics of that. There's a political power play to it, but there's also personal feelings that go into that.
Sure.
Yeah, and let's also put in the context of the fact that they're both young. You know, so the dynamics are just so muddled there.
Yeah.
I don't have a straight answer for you on that one. I don't have an opinion about that. I could see if it comes out either way, I wouldn't be surprised either way. If it was for love or if it was for a power play, both would make sense to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Not sleeping for another night.
All right. So, favorite character from these chapters?
Favorite character. Shoot, I can't even use my boy now.
The thought of Sazed.
The thought of Sazed.
I don't know.
He's there in our hearts.
Oh man,
Sazed's in our hearts.
He's trying.
I don't think he's even mentioned these chapters. I don't think he was.
Yeah, for going off strictly mentioned, like I don't know.
I know he was mentioned at the very beginning when they're going through like where Dox is, where's Breeze, I think they mentioned that Sazed's
I'm going to go ahead and go with the Watcher.
The Watcher, okay.
I'm going to go with the Watcher because I mean, right now
saving Vin, being mysterious.
He's an unknown. He saved Vin. He's out there. I don't know what his motivations are, but I'll go ahead and put it out to him because if nothing else, he's a presence. So definitely. Yeah, I'm gonna Watcher.
Who's the second? Who's the king that we were talking about? The Western Dominance king. I'm gonna go with him.
Cat Set.
Yeah.
C-E-T. I think it's pronounced Set in the audiobook version, but yeah. C-E-T, yes.
Because it's the first time we've heard of him, and he's
okay.
I don't know. There's a lot of unknowns. I kind of like that. We're gonna go.
So he might be behind the scenes, the machinations guy, right? So yeah. That's a good choice. I like it.
Can't pick Vin. Can't pick Elon.
Okay.
What about you, Alan? What about you, Alex?
Banana bread. 100% all the way.
That was mentioned.
It's a real MVP.
The real MVP. Banana bread.
I know what you're doing as soon as we go off
bread
stream.
Ruler. Oh, I'm gonna eat a ton of banana bread. I'm going to keep it on the way. The Conjure. That's a good pick, Zool.
Okay.
Zool said the Conjure. Huh?
That's my number 2 pick. Actually, was the Conjure. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good pick. Yeah. That's good. Okay. Cool. Well, next week we'll be doing 3 chapters, 4, 5, and 6.
Right.
So 3 more chapters. So and thank you, Alex, so much for coming on.
Yeah,
Tell everyone.
Yeah, thanks, Alex.
How can people find your podcast? How can people find you guys?
Yeah, well, thanks for having me on. I had a blast talking Mistborn with you guys. You can find us on Twitter. We're at _heroes_journey, and we're on all the podcasting apps at A Hero's Journey.
Cool. Yeah,
very
go
good.
check them out, guys. It's actually, if you guys want to go and listen to the Fires of Heaven one, I think that was the best one they've done because I was on it.
I knew you were going there. We knew you were going there, Alan. Come on now.
No, they do. It actually is really interesting stuff, and I like the way they do it as a debate. So like they go through and one person takes like the against and for, and they argue for the point for and against, and usually one gets completely destroyed. And
Uh-oh.
if it's obvious, at least the ones I've listened to, like it's there's usually someone gets pretty destroyed in their argument. It's just like,
man, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Oh no. Oh.
Yeah.
I'll bring my dueling cane.
Oh,
Yeah,
hey.
Oh,
Bingo.
now you're forcing it. Now you're forcing it.
I wasn't trying to. It was either that
Well,
or
if you
my.
weren't trying, then you didn't force it.
That's
It was either that or my plate mail.
My dueling cane.
There it is.
Good old dueling cane. Anyway, so yeah. So how we can be found, thecosmicreads.com is our website. It has links to everything, including our podcast. We can find all the different platforms there, but also links to the Will Reads Discord, which the Cosmic Reads has a section on there. Also, we have merchandise as well. So, and a million different designs that hopefully be added one day. We're creating more designs every show, so we'll see how much merch we actually end up having. It might end up being a very large store before this is all over with.
That's right.
Go check it out. Yeah, you can find links from our website to our merchandise. Also, we're on Patreon. If you want to support us in any kind of way, that does help for giveaways, for equipment, all sorts of fun things, buying books and all that fun stuff. So, yeah, like us, subscribe, all that good stuff. And that's all I got for this week. So, see y'all next time.
Scotch thing, fresh.